Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are featuring this brand new release from the brand Hamilton. This is their Khaki Aviation Pioneer Automatic, and to be fair, it's available in a few different colours. We have the eggshell and burgundy model here, but there's also a black dial, and there's also a similar dial arrangement to this one but with green accents. And I think they are they do look quite cool and sharp looking watches. I am definitely getting a sort of Seiko Alpinist kind of vibe to it, but nonetheless, I still think they are a very cool watch. The actual RRP of this watch in the UK is, I believe it's £930, but I dare say after a discount or two, you might be able to get it to sort of like mid to high 700s, and for that kind of price I think you're getting quite a decent looking watch and something a little bit different from the brand, I would say anyway. But before I get too far into this review, I've got to say a massive thank you to the team over at First Class Watches of Kenilworth for allowing me to review this piece. They've got lots of cool, interesting brands. Many I'm sure you will know, but there's going to be some which you probably don't know. So if you're in the Midlands area, I'd strongly recommend popping into the shop. If you're a bit further afield, well, don't worry, I'll leave a link in the description and at the bottom of the page now. All I ask, if you do contact them, please mention the channels, it really would help. So let's talk sizes first. The case of the watch I'm reading at, I think it was 38mm. The thickness of the watch is coming at 11.5. The lug to lug, so this is the longest point across the body of the watch, is 46mm. And the strap size, they've gone for an interesting 18mm. Now, the dial, I know they say white, but that's definitely a more kind of cream looking finish to it. And it's got, when you look close, it's got a nice kind of, you know, like I say, eggshell finish to it. So it looks like it's been stippled somewhat across that dial, which makes the dial, I think, look a little bit more interesting. Both the hour and minute track have been printed onto this one. There is lume on the minute track. It's very hard to see here. It does glow a little bit, but there is only a small amount of it. The lume in the hands, though, does glow pretty well, I have to say. When it comes to the hands, they are absolutely beautifully polished. I think they've done an amazing job on the hands. These are definitely second to none when it comes to that. And I like the way that the minute hand actually protrudes to just over the minute track air, which means setting it accurately is an absolute breeze. And when it comes to the printing on the dial, I like the fact they've just gone for the Hamilton logo, Hamilton, and in very thin script, Khaki Automatic there. You know, it's almost like it just disappears into that actual dial. So they've done, I think it's a very clean looking dial for sure. The above the dial is this sapphire crystal. Now it does have AR coating, but it has to be said Hamilton are very, very tight when it comes to their AR coating. They could improve their watches no end if they would just apply more to it. Doesn't have to be on both sides though, that I always personally find is better, but just apply a few more layers to it and it, you know, just elevate the watch no end. Now, as we come past that, we're greeted with this actual bezel here. Now, it's not a sapphire or ceramic bezel. I'm not quite sure what it is actually. It could be like a, I don't know if it's like a mineral glass or something, but either way, it does look very clean and sharp. When it comes to the rotation of the bezel, you can see we've got a coin edge arrangement going on here, which makes it nice and easy to grip, and then it is a 60 clip bezel and it is very positive. Is there back play? No, none. It will rotate backwards, but there's no back play. So if I line that back up, boom, no problem at all. So lines up first time, absolutely perfect. So when we come to the body of the watch, it's relatively a nice simple design, which does keep the cost down somewhat because there's no polished bevels or anything like that on there. They've gone for a nice clean satinized finish. They've got radial brushwork going on top of the lugs there, and as we come round, there are no crown guards on this. I suppose that's because of, you know, it's an aviation watch technically, so not so much a dive watch. We do have this kind of, you know, like a diamond style crown there, so actually grabbing a crown is no problem at all. As I say, this goes straight into hand winding, as you can hear, and if I pull it out, you go to your actual handset. So there's no ghost date in this one, but as I say, with any of these, with movements designed to have a date on there, the travel between one of the points of the setting lever and the other is quite long, but no problem at all. So I like that one. As we come around to the back, we do have a lovely display case back there. That is showing a H10 movement, which is part of a Powermatic 80. So we are talking an 80-hour power reserve 25 joules. But in essence, it's a modified ETA 2824, really. I did put this one on the time grapher. Now, the actual timekeeping was good at 0.5, but the beat rate was absolutely horrendous. So I'm not quite sure what went on there. Yeah, definitely, you know, normally you don't normally see anything over 0.5, but this one was 0.9, I think it was, which was doesn't really affect anything, but it means when, you know, the tick and the tock is not synchronous to each other. So it's a little bit off to one side. Doesn't really affect things too badly. It means positional error could be greater, but just one of those things. One thing I should also say, even though it doesn't have a screw down crown, it still features 100 meters of water resistance to it. So, another thing I should say, 25 joules and bidirectional winding on that movement. Now, the strap itself, the strap feels like very nice kind of quality leather. It does feel pretty supple, because I don't want to break it in because it's not my watch, but nonetheless, it does look a very nice strap. So with the Hamilton pin and collar going on there. The underside, it has been lined with something there which makes it a little bit more smoother, and the pin and collar up the top, the buckle, I should say, up the top is signed. It does have a nice chunky centerpiece there, rather than you can sometimes find just the very thin pin ones, and I'm not so keen on them myself. Let me put this on my wrist so you got an idea how it looks. Quick zoom out, quick wrist check. I thought I know some people would say that's far too small, you know, you can't, on a normal size wrist this will look tiny. But I've got 7¼ inch wrists. They're not particularly big, but I'm wearing another sub 40mm watch here, and that's a Rolex OP39. And to be fair, Bob has also gone with a sub 40. That is a 38.5 Nomos Club Campus. I'll put this on my wrist. I won't do it up tight, to be fair, because I don't want to mark that leather strap really. So let's just put it on loose. Say my strap wrist size is 7¼ inches. That equates to around about 18.5 centimeters, give or take. And there you go. That's it on my wrist. I think it's a cool looking watch. Would you buy this one over the Murpho? That would be quite an interesting, which would you go for? In some ways, this is better because it's got the it's got the bezel on there. It makes it a little bit more kind of interesting. But let me know in the comments below. Okay then, guys, all the best, and most importantly, you stay safe out there. Take care. Bye.